Okay, so now let's look at number 13. A DC-10 has a length of 55.5 meters and a wingspan of 50.3 meters. The scale of China scale. So we know that we're dealing with ratios here, right? The scale of China's model of a DC-10 is 1 to 200. What is the wingspan of our model? So whenever we see the word scale, we know that we're dealing with ratio, right? So what is scale? Basically, when we need to represent a longer distance or bigger number with a smaller distance or a smaller number, we use scale. There's a very classic example, which is map, okay? So for example, every map uses scale, right? For example, the distance from Toronto to Montreal is about, I don't know, maybe 500 or 600 kilometers, right? I don't know, actually, maybe 500 kilometers. But on a map, there's no way we can draw 500 kilometers on a map, right? That's when we use a smaller distance to represent 500 kilometers. For example, we might use 5 centimeters to represent 500 kilometers on a map. That's the definition, that's the concept of a scale, right? So here is the same concept. A DC-10 has a length of 55 meters and a wingspan of 50.3 meters. So those two numbers are the plane's parameters in real life. So in real life, the plane has a length of 55 meters and a wingspan of 50.3 meters. But on a model, it can't be that big, right? So we use a ratio to represent the length and the wingspan of the model, right? And we know that the scale of the model is 1 to 200, which means we use 1 meter on the model to represent 200 meters in real life, of the plane in real life, right? And now we know that the wingspan in real life is 50.3 meters. We need to find the wingspan of the model. We know that, so by the definition of scale, every 1 meter on the model represents 200 meters in real life, right? And now we know that in real life, the number is 50.3. We need to find the number of the model. So 1 to 200 is equal to x. That's a number we're looking for, okay, over 50.3. X is equal to 50.3 over 200, which is, let me find it, 0.2515. Okay. So the model, the wingspan of China's model is 0.2515 meters. Okay. So this question is basically testing whether we know what a scale really is. Yeah. A scale is basically a ratio. We use a scale when we need to represent a bigger or longer distance with a smaller distance or a smaller number. Okay, so this is scale.